Again, August 28th, here's the stories for the male energies for August 28th. That just goes with that video. Remember the time, it depends on when you're watching it. Doesn't matter. You can ignore the time and set it for the day for you. But this goes with that video, and I'm going to read the stories. The pipe, and so the male energies, and then I'll probably do a separate video for the female energies. Remember the female energies, this was our day. Balancing the male and the female energies and our daily path and totem, which I just read in the video before. So I'll create a playlist for that. Once I figure out how to do that, I don't know if it does it automatically. I'm new, okay? Still learning. Any advice, please? Yeah, help me out. Like, share, subscribe. Yeah, you know. Love it. Okay. Alrighty, so let me get to it. Oh, tightness. Okay. Prayer, the pipe for prayer and inner peace. Pipe of my forefathers, teach me to sing praise for all the gifts that great mystery gave. Allow me to know my spirit's release and bring to my heart eternal peace. The teaching. Excuse me. I hope you don't mind my accents. It's just an automatic thing. I don't know. Sometimes I think maybe it's the different guides I channel into. It becomes so automatic, they just start speaking through me. I don't even know. Not even realize. We're just so connected that much, right? I don't know. Okay. Get to the story, right? Okay. Sorry. Okay. Probably my Hayoka medicine, right? That keeps it light and airy. Yeah. Okay. We'll see. So, to the teaching of the pipe, the prayer and inner peace. From the moment great white buffalo calf woman appeared in the Sioux Nation, the pipe has been a sacred medicine shared by the brothers and sisters of Native America. As we pray, speak truth, and heal wounded or broken relationships. We were given the pipe to send our prayers and gratitude to Great Mystery, and to signify peace among all nations, tribes, and clans. The bowl of the pipe represents the female aspect of all living things, and the stem is the symbol of the male aspect in all life forms. When the stem is placed in the bowl, it acts and signifies as union, creation, and fertility. When the pipe is loaded, each pinch of tobacco is blessed, as each branch of our relations is asked to enter the pipe in their spirit forms, to be honored and smoked. We honor Mother Earth, Father Sky, chills, goodness gracious, truth tingles down my spine. We honor Mother Earth, Father Sky, Grandfather Sun, Grandmother Moon, and the four directions, the standing people, which is the trees, the stone people, of course the rocks, and the winged ones, the finned ones, the four-leggeds, of course animals, the creepy crawlers is the insects, and the great star nation, the sky brothers and sisters, the subterraneans, the thunder beings, the four chief spirits, earth, air, fire, and water, and all other two-leggeds in the human family. Wow, that's a pretty packed pipe. But it's wonderful, right? Honoring all. All deserves honoring. In smoking the pipe, it is of the utmost importance to smoke every pinch of tobacco that was loaded into the bowl. Each flake of tobacco has taken spirit into its body and is honored as having the essence of all our relations in its form. In the fire, which is part of the eternal flame of life, if the fire, which is part of the eternal flame of life, does not touch and ignite the tobacco, the spirit that is inside cannot be released in the smoke. If the smoke is not taken into the body, the spirits of our relations and our ancestors cannot come into communion with us. To empty out a bowl that has not been fully smoked is to commit a grave error and dishonors those spirits who have come to smoke with us. The reckless use of the sacred pipe can stifle the willingness of spirits to assist us in our quest for wholeness. The smoke from the pipe represents visualized power and reminds us of the spirit in all things. We understand that all life comes from great mystery and will return to that original source. Due to its understanding, we know that we are all walking the same path, individually on our own, but the same path, stepping on each spoke of the sacred hoop or wheel of life. We find union with all our relations when we share the pipe. The essence of every living creature enters us when we smoke them, and we carry their spirits inside our bodies. We are reminded that harmony is attained through sacred union with all our fellow beings. We never place the spirit of any life form outside of ourselves, since through the pipe, we have asked them to enter our being and share our sacred space and life experience. To be a pipe carrier is an honor and a calling. The pipe carrier can be called on to smoke at births, deaths, marriages, rites of passage, contractual agreements, councils, special purification ceremonies, moon meditations, or when anyone needs comfort, prayers, or wishes to give thanks. It is through visions or dreams, usually from long preparation and purification, that one is called to serve our people as a pipe carrier. The path of the pipe carrier is not a fad or a trend. It is a way of life that comes from the heart. The medicine way is a long and narrow trail of discovery with constant rebirth. It should never be treated in a frivolous manner. Never be treated in a frivolous manner. Pipe carriers are guardians of the sacred tradition and ceremony. They serve the people as a pastor or rabbi serves in a traditional church or synagogue. The aspect of the teaching of pipe that has to do with peace is multi-leveled. In the modern world, we often look at peace as the absence of war. But peace represents more in native way of thinking. Peace is a way of acting, knowing, creating, listening, speaking, and or living. In all instances, peace comes from within our own beingness. Begin within. This peace is the balance of recognizing and honoring male, female, teaching, learning, humility, pride, and every other aspect of living in harmony. It is not something that can be weighed except by the self. If there were to be a measure, it would be measured by the capacity of the heart to remain open, serene, and unafraid. My grandfather took me to the fish pond on the farm when I was about 7. So this is Jamie's story. And told me to throw a stone into the water. He told me to watch the circles created by the stone. Then he asked me to think of myself as that stone person. You may create lots of splashes in your lives, but the waves that come from those splashes will disturb the peace of all your feathered creatures. Uh-oh. It's my text message, excuse me. He said, remember that you are responsible for what you put in your circle, and that your circle will also touch many other circles. You will need to live in a way that allows the good that comes from your circle to send the peace of that goodness to others. The splash that comes from anger or jealousy will send those ugly feelings to other circles. You are responsible for both. That was the first time I realized each person creates the inner peace or discord that flows out into the world. We cannot create a world we cannot create world peace if we are riddled with inner conflict, hatred, doubt, or anger. We radiate the feelings and thoughts that we hold inside, whether we speak them or not. Whatever is splashing around inside of us is spilling out into the world, creating beauty or discord with all other circles of life. So sacred is a person's word and honor that it is to be upheld, even if the cost paid dearly is that person's life. Oh, I feel you, Ray. Anytime the pipe is shared, the words are spoken and agreements made are based upon the Indian idea of honor, truth, and mutual understanding, stemming from each person's inner peace. If we all have that inner peace, right? How can we not have a peaceful world? Begins within each individual. Whew, wow, like lots of tingles down my spine here right now. Okay, application. The pipe card speaks of inner peace that can be found through the balancing of the self. Here, and today I chose to do the balancing things here. Good, thank you, Spirit, for coming through me so clear. It is now time to honor both sides of your nature, male and female, and to acknowledge the eternal flame of great mystery that lives inside of you. How you influence the lives of others depends upon this balance. Inner peace can be found through prayer and understanding of your role in the whole of creation. It's just to be you. World peace begins in the heart of each individual. It may be time to make peace with others or with any inner conflict that keeps you from seeing the beauty of your true potential. You are beautiful. Don't forget that ever. Always remember. So I'm sorry about the don't stuff. Always remember, you are beautiful. You are sacred. It may be time to make peace, whether it's inner conflict or seeing the true potential. Right. In all cases, the pipe card asks you to honor the blessings given by great mystery. It asks you to honor who you are and why you are here. It asks you how you can assist our world in making peace with the self. The higher self, not the little self, the higher self. These questions will be answered and the sacred path will become clear. Retreat. Take that in, retreat, and let this sink into you today. Find that moment, 5-10 minutes, it doesn't matter. Any moment you get, you find that. Retreat. To integrate all this information that's coming in. That's a lot. It's powerful. Goodness, there's lots of transmutations and muting going on. Okay, let me get to this start. Okay, we're getting on time here. Prairie Dog Retreat, right? 11, look at that, 1-11. Okay, just saying. Prairie Dog calls me when it's time to rest, when it's time to honor the internal quest. I go into retreat so I may see a way to replenish the potential in me. True potential. We were just, hello. Goes, whoo, thank you. Prairie Dog Medicine teaches that strength and inspiration can be found by retreating into the stillness that quiets the mind. The strength of this medicine is also knowing when and how to replenish your life force. Prairie Dog Medicine people tend to seek self-empowerment in silence and inactivity, where they can access dreams and visions without the intrusions of worldly chaos. When they re-enter the world, they are profound and powerful anchors of calm resolve amid life's storms. The medicine of Prairie Dog is applicable to all of the Marmot tribe, which includes the ground squirrel clan, the gopher clan, the woodchuck clan, and the groundhog clan. Just as Native American warriors knew when to charge forward and when to become invisible, the Marmot tribe knows how and when to retreat. The prairie dog runs for the tunnels when a predator is on its trail. In the winter, it conserves energy by hibernating during the scarce time of cold moons. If Prairie Dog has surfaced in your cards today, it may be a warning that your body's fuel gauge is running low. You might need a day of silence or retreat from regular activities before you become too exhausted to carry on. Have you put your basic needs at the bottom of the to-do list? Got to put your own oxygen mask on first. Burning the candle at both ends may weaken the punch you can normally pack when tackling the tasks at hand. Take a much-needed break before you crash and burn. Prairie Dog teaches you that in order to access gifts of inspiration and renewal, you must be at peace within yourself and rested enough to recognize the blessings being offered. If you have been battling a situation without gaining ground, Prairie Dog reminds you that pushing too hard can create resistance that does not allow for interaction. Take a break. Give it a rest. After a comfortable and relaxed time, you can return with a fresh perspective. In the meantime, the dynamics of the situation may have changed because your retreat allows the present challenge to work itself out. There is ample strength available if you quit. There we go again. If you quit pushing and just go with the flow. Yeah, baby, go with the flow. Prairie Dog says its tunnels run both ways. Now it's time to choose the back door exit for some rest and relaxation. That's my heyoka coming out. Sorry, can't help it. I laugh. Laughter is the best medicine. It's always been my belief. Anyways, so contrary. Oops, the worry bug may have bitten Prairie Dog right in the ass. No, it doesn't say that. Oops, the worry bug may have bitten Prairie Dog, and it has appeared in the contrary. Remember, yes, contrary is this. I don't, but I always have them this way. Anyway, but I read both. All right, anyway. Has the workaholic syndrome gotten the best of your inner knowing and sensible outlook on life? Have you been tunneling in a non-productive direction because you forgot to come up for air? Look around and get your bearings. Have you become addicted to the adrenaline created by scurrying to catch up? If you get sick from the chaos of overactivity, you may have an unwelcome and enforced rest period at hand. A cold, a sickness, an illness, our bodies will, right? Spirit is limitless. The physical body can only go so far without the rest and regeneration, right? We need to do it. So, constant stress can steal your inspiration and ability to think on your feet, which is very important in some of our jobs here. Another contrary message of Prairie Dog is believing that compromise or retreat is a sign of weakness. Goodbye, lie. You can get stuck in this one-way tunnel if you let your head get too big. If you cannot be still, be comfortable alone, and or if you cannot delegate responsibilities, you need a reality check. Do not be afraid to take a break, to refill your resources, and to adopt a healthy, more relaxed viewpoint. Contrary Prairie Dog also teaches that pushing too hard can have dire consequences. The cemeteries are filled with people who once believed they were indispensable. Interesting. I'll make a separate video for the female. So, coming right up. Balance and integrate. Let's see what that has to say. Have a wonderful day.